What's up, y'all? Tommy here. Welcome back to another video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the biggest secret that a lot of credit repair companies don't want you to know about. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure you stay tuned. So one thing that I think a lot of the credit repair companies fail to mention whenever they're, offering their services and things like that is, at the end of the day, nothing special is getting done. And that's why I try to make sure whenever I'm talking to anyone, especially whenever we're onboarding new clients, I always try to make sure that they knew that, hey, I'm not here trying to sell you a magic trick or anything, right? At the end of the day, all I'm letting you know is that, there's no secret to what I'm doing, okay? I'm just leveraging the laws, the federal laws, to be able to get accounts removed on your behalf. So if the credit bureaus or creditors or debt collectors are breaking the law, I will just simply show that the law is being broken and have them either remove the account or escalate it to, some, government agencies, right? Things like that. And I think that a lot of credit repair companies, they try to act like, they hold the secret to something that, you're not able to take, you're not able to get a hold of, just so they can get you to sign up with them, okay? But, I always try to make sure that you guys know it's clear that really there's just two main laws that I really look at, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA, and the FDCPA, which is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, okay? The first one is just governing basically any credit reporting agency. A lot of people think that there's only 3 of them, but there's quite a lot more of those, okay? Technically, for example, if you guys have watched my previous videos, you know that LexisNexis, that typically is the one who's reporting bankruptcies, if you have any bankruptcies, they are a credit reporting agency technically, okay? So they are considered, they're treated just like the credit bureau, just like Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, okay? So, there is a whole law that is really just geared towards what those guys are doing, right? The FCRA. And you can just Google it. There's free booklets that you can get of the entire law if you want to read through it. It's definitely not a fun read, but you can read through it and kind of get an idea like what kind of stuff that they can do and what they can do, okay? So you're able to do that. And the FDCPA is for debt collectors. You can look into that as well. That one I think is a game changer because it kind of tells you what things they can't do. You'll start to realize that a lot of debt collectors are out there just breaking the law in terms of like things that they're asking you, or just little minute details that they know they're not supposed to be doing, but they're doing anyways. So, things like calling you too late at night, things like you asking them to show proof that you owe that debt, and then they still calling you even though they haven't sent you anything. Little things like that, those are completely illegal, right? They're not allowed to do that because of the FDCPA, okay? So definitely something that you want to familiarize yourself with, okay? Now, the other question is, do you even need credit repair? I think that's probably the biggest question that you need to ask yourself, okay? First off, a lot of people are gonna, they're gonna ask themselves, or you should really ask yourself is, do you need a high credit score? A lot of people have this vision in their mind, right? It's kind of like in school, everyone wanted to get the 100, right? You wanted to try to get 100, but really the 100 doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, if you got a 90, you had an A. If you got 100, you had an A, right? So the guy who got a 90 would get the same grade as the guy who got 100, right? That's kind of the way you want to look at it. A lot of people think that they need a high credit score. They need to get into the 850 or the 800s credit score, but you really don't, okay? I think you have to look at it in terms of what you're trying to accomplish with your credit. If you're trying to get a house, you're trying to get a car, you're trying to get some sort of business funding, credit really is just one piece of it, right? They're going to look at different aspects of your life besides that. How much money you're making, how much money you're spending, things like that. But on top of that, a lot of people don't even realize you don't need an 800 score. Like if you have like around a 720 to 750 credit score, you're going to get just as great of rates as someone with an 850. Okay, so nothing really changes. So at the end of the day, you don't need to have an extremely high credit score, right? The idea is you want to try to get, you want to know exactly what your goals are and just try to hit that minimum, and then you can keep working your way up. So what I try to typically tell people is try to get into, let's say you needed a house, right? You were trying to get a mortgage. And at the time, the lowest credit score you could have is a 620. Well, once you get to the 620, right? And if you meet all the other criteria, apply and get the house. And then when you're in the house, work to improve your credit, right? Obviously, yes, you're going to pay a little, you're technically going to pay more because you have your credit's not as good as being in the 700s, but you're in the house, you got it. You're already, you're already investing, right? Your money's going into the house that you own, right? You're basically putting money into an asset that you own. And then once you get your credit score to a 700, a 750, then you can just refinance, right? You can, pretty much refinancing is like renegotiating your loan is the idea, okay? You go to another bank, they give you a loan that's better than what you had before, a lower interest rate, for example, and now you're paying lower payments and you're actually, saving more money. You're not having to put more money, you're putting more money into your house and less money is just going to actually pay for the chance to have a loan. Okay, that's kind of how I look at it. And now when it comes to the credit repair, you guys, if you've been on my channel long enough, you know what I'm going to say. I think that you can do it by yourself, right? I think majority of people, you're going to be able to do it by yourself. And there's companies out there who are going to be willing they would love to just take your money and try it out instead of you doing the work yourself. And I recommend that you at least try it first yourself. I mean, you could check out the videos on my channel. I have videos on bankruptcy, repo, charge-offs, debt, what's it called? Collection accounts. What else? Late payments, inquiries, whatever it is. I have short videos on pretty much everything out there, right? And you can watch those videos, give it a try yourself. And then if you see that you are having trouble and maybe you're not able to get through it, and maybe I even have a Facebook group where people ask questions. If you've gone in the Facebook group, you ask questions and you're still not sure how to go about doing it, then you reach out to a company. Okay, that makes a lot more sense because at least you've taken care of the easy work, right? Just with my videos, you should be able to really, depending on what you have on your credit, you should be able to get rid of, the easier stuff and then let them handle the complex stuff. Then it's something that's worth paying for, right? So that's kind of the way I like to look at it, right? And another thing is when it comes to credit repair companies, make sure that your interests are aligned. I see a lot of people who they go to companies that are offering this monthly fee where they charge you, $100, $200, $300 a month to fix your credit. That doesn't sound like you guys have your interests aligned, right? You're trying to fix your credit as fast as possible, but you're paying somebody a monthly fee for them to fix your credit. So that almost entices them to take their time fixing it, right? So that's kind of how you have to look at it. If your interests aren't aligned, then you're not going to reach the goals that you have set for yourself. And that's kind of the way I like to look at it. Alrighty, so that's going to be pretty much the gist of this video, guys. Make sure that if you enjoyed this video, you hit the like button down below and make sure that you're also hitting the subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss any of my future videos. Also, I'm going to be linking to all the videos that I might have mentioned in this channel, as well as other top credit videos that I've done as well for you to be able to take a look at. Alrighty, so that's going to be the gist of this video, guys. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I'll see you at the next one.